Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Look at Doritos Crash Course 2. This Let's Look at is sponsored by Doritos. You can't see me, but I've got a big pyramid of Mountain Dew and sweet chili heat Doritos coming this fall to major test markets near your. No, this is a free sequel to a free game on Xbox Live Arcade. So this one is also free, but the original was free as well. And what this essentially is a Doritos sponsored Wipeout clone in a way. If you watched my Wipeout 3 video, one of the videos I did for the Wii U launch titles, you know what that is. It's basically an obstacle course. You can think of it almost as like Most Extreme Elimination Challenge as well. This is better than Wipeout 3, almost entirely by virtue of the fact that it is 100% free. So why don't we jump into some of these levels and I'll explain what's going on. This is, again, I feel like I've recorded like 3 Let's Look Ats today that are completely non-traditional, like should you buy this, should you not buy this? Again, this one is going to be non-traditional as well. Should you buy this, should you not buy this? It doesn't really matter, it's free. Do whatever you want to do. I'm kind of doing this for awareness to kind of show you what it is. So, this is my avatar here. I'm wearing a fedora, because obviously fedora is our cruise control for cool. No, actually, it is the hat from Spelunky, and I'm wearing the Super Meat Boy shirt, because I care about what my Xbox avatar looks like, because I am a 10-year-old girl. Apologies to any 10-year-old girls watching this, but to get back to some content that is actually important to this video, we are basically doing an obstacle course here. It's a little bit zanier, you know, than your typical Wipeout or something like that. Obviously, you know, we've got obstacles that cannot exist in real life here, which is something I at least appreciate about the game. And we're collecting stars, and what these stars do is they essentially function as a currency in the game that we can use to buy other stuff. For example, other costumes and things like that, but more importantly, perhaps, split paths, which is kind of a weird addition to this game, and you use those to buy, like, occasionally we'll see, like, obstacles that are grayed out. You use split paths to kind of buy those obstacles, which then allow you to get more stars in the future. Yeah, good, I didn't get crushed there. So this is a multiplayer focused game probably, but there is a fairly sizable single player component. You can play through the entire game just playing against AI companions as well, who are decked out in cool avatar gear as well, I suppose. But it's very much a casual game. This is not a hardcore experience, but it's fun, you know, it's reasonably cool to just get in here and platform your way through things. It doesn't control superbly, I would say. It controls largely fairly poorly, but at the same time, again, I could see this definitely being a fun experience, and I can't stress enough that this is free, which is fine. I mean, you know, you pay for things one way or the other. In this, you're paying for it with, like, Doritos ad impressions, which probably doesn't bother too many people, myself included. But, you know, Wipeout 3, I paid $60 retail for Wipeout 3, so I'm just running through, like, a second level here to kind of give you a feel for how the game moves as you go along. The AI is no slouch, man. Sometimes they're easy and sometimes they're difficult. What I will say is sometimes the AI is just bad. Like, I'm not saying they're bad at the game, but I thought I could... Oh, I can jump over that. Sometimes the AI will just kind of like stand still. There's a good example below us of where split paths would become pretty important. If we continue running, by the way, you might see that sometimes I run faster, but if we continue running, we will simply... Oh, let's go back up and get the star, because we might as well. I've already beaten this level. But we will just fall down, you know, like Mario Kart style, unless we slow down in time. So the levels tend to be about, you know, a minute and a half, 45 seconds in length, somewhere in that region. There's a number of bonus objectives for every level as well. It's not necessarily just beat these AI companions or adversaries and then, you know, get a certain number of stars. Sometimes it's like, slide 10 times in this level and you'll get some stars. Sometimes it's, you know, don't die and you'll get a star. We got a silver here, which is not as good as a gold, but it is good enough for us to probably gain a few stars here. And you know, this is going to factor into our vault, basically, the amount of in-game currency we've amassed. You can see I have 50 stars up there, and this is 57 now, actually, I guess. And it does have kind of like a free-to-play model associated with it, because there are microtransactions in the game. In fact, let's pop up the microtransaction menu. I assume it uses these bonus coins on the right side, which you can probably buy for in-game currency, if not like just direct purchases, because I've actually not seen what else is in here. So, you know, we can buy other... power-ups, I guess. We can buy rewinds, which basically allows us to... It's remarkable how similar this is to, like, a free-to-play PC game style, the way that there's, like, economies of scale, actually. Like, sure, it'll cost you... If you want to use the in-game currency, the difference between 8 and 160, it's going to be 20 times more expensive, and you're getting 20 times as much value. But if you want to buy it with the premium currency, then you do get kind of an economy of scale there, where you're paying, like, 33% less. That's kind of interesting, actually. I don't know what this other stuff is. Avatar effects, power of the atom. What does this do? I don't want to buy it because I need this money to buy courses. I guess we can buy other courses as well. whatever. Let's just skip by this. Or actually, let's hit this get coins menu and see how this works. Yes, indeed. Okay, so it's 10 coins for 80 Microsoft points, or 100 coins for 800 Microsoft points. As far as I can tell so far, there's nothing in-game that you would actually need to buy. You can just play through the entire game yourself and have no problems with it. Why don't we get into a little bit of a later level? I'm on the Antarctic now, and I've been getting my ass kicked on these levels. So why don't we jump into Go With The Flow? It's clever because, you know, FLOE, ice flow. Get it? Get it? But yeah, I got my ass kicked on these levels on the first try. So hopefully I'll be a little bit better now. It definitely is a game where, you know, after investing about half an hour, I found myself being a lot better at the early levels than I was in the later levels. By the way, there is a local multiplayer in this. I don't believe that there is online co-op. But this could be the kind of game that I could see, you know, particularly a family having a lot of fun with in local co-op. And, you know, what can I say? The price is right. Normally, I get down on free-to-play games a little bit, but only when they're, like, pay-to-win or I feel like the balance is greatly disrupted by the fact that here's the thing, I get pissed off about free-to-play games when I feel like it is made from a business standpoint that actually harms the design of the game. If it's just a marketing decision, you know, if you made a great game and then decided the best way to get it to a mass audience was to make it free-to-play, that's totally cool with me. I'm not saying this is a great game, by the way. It's a fun-ish game. But, you know, that really puts it succinctly for me. If your game goes free-to-play to reach a wider audience, that's cool. If you designed your game with free-to-play conventions in it, oftentimes I find that manifests itself in not a great way. And, you know, to its credit, you might not expect it given the corporate sponsorship in the name, but Doritos Crash Course is very much a tasteful, we should get that star. Actually, I finished really well there, so maybe we don't need the star. But this is a tasteful example of a free-to-play game, and you don't get too many free-to-play games on consoles as well. I mean, think of something like Gotham City Imposters, which came out for 15 bucks originally, on PC and on Xbox Live Arcade and PSN as well. Went free to play on PC and is now still $15 on Xbox Live Arcade. And as far as I saw, was actually still selling fairly well, which kind of, you know, makes your blood boil a little bit. But maybe there's no infrastructure for them to change the price. I guess this is Northernlion Talks About Free-to-Play Games hour here. Probably more like 15 minutes, because there's not too much more to show off in this game. This is kind of just, again, like the video of Gods Will Be Watching. This is just kind of my my way to raise awareness about this game and say, you know what? You don't always have to have... Oh, that's going to shock me, I guess, if they were glowing at the... Oh, it's going to glow! Get off of there! Yeah, I got shocked. But actually, that shock allowed me to pick up that star. But yeah, it's my way of saying, you know, you don't have to have a big budget if you want to, you know, enjoy yourself playing some games this week or weekend. There are some free things available. And the one thing I will say is that, you know, the original Doritos Crash Course... Oh, I fucked that up, something for you. Sometimes there are fairly difficult obstacles. Not that this is like a Mario Lost Level style game or anything like that. But what I will say is that, you know, the original Doritos Crash Course came out when I was in Korea. And I was like, you know what? That's like a free-to-play kind of Wipeout clone. I'm sort of into that, but unfortunately, it was like a 1 month only kind of thing, I think. So I ended up missing out on it entirely. Am I trying to get up to the top here? That seems difficult. Oh, actually, it was quite easy. But yeah, I ended up missing out on it entirely because it was kind of time sensitive, whereas I don't know if this one is going to be time sensitive. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. But, you know, don't hesitate if you want to pick this up. There's really no reason to stop you. Not only is it free, which of course is almost always the best price, but it's also very small. It's less than a gig, so it doesn't take up very much space on your hard drive, and it downloads quickly, which is important. This scares the shit out of me. I actually think if you slide, you can't be hit by the hammers, which makes it a little faster. So I got my ass kicked there, but it doesn't matter because we have enough of the vault, as I mentioned, to carry us through. And why don't we play a few more levels? We might as well play till the end of Antarctica, and then maybe go into the next world and just see how the, you know, visually disparate each is. This is about an hour of play, I would say, so far into Doritos Crash Course 2. This is not the kind of game that I could imagine myself spending, you know, hours and hours with, but again, if I had a family, which, you know, just brought a tear to my eye. No, in all honesty, though, if I had a family that had young kids in particular, or even just, you know, adolescents, I could definitely see myself, you know, playing a little bit more of this game and having a good time. Because it's family-friendly, but it's not... Family-friendly is often synonymous with badness. That's not the case here. It's competent. It's not particularly engaging, and, you know, it's certainly not super deep. But at the same time, you know, it's fine. It plays okay. That's really all I can say about that. The most negative thing I can say about it is I really don't understand the Doritos connection, but that might actually be a positive because I'm like, well, it says it's Doritos Crash Course, but I have not encountered like a single Doritos reference in game that I could consciously see anyway. You would kind of expect, given the nature of this game, if Doritos are going to fund it, they would just plaster their branding all over it, but I haven't really encountered that, and that's, in a weird way, kind of admirable, and also kind of baffling, because I'm pretty sure if I was in the position of Mr. Doritos, I would have plastered my branding all over it. It started to sound vaguely sexual now. I hate these damn trampolines. They get me stuck in an awful position. But yeah, the easiest way to kind of like equate this game, or place it within the recent ecosystem of Xbox Live Arcade games, is to say that this is basically, let's just make this like a stars run. I'll try to get as many stars as I can. This is basically like the worst version of Battle Block Theater. That's not terrible. Battle Block Theater is a great experience, but at the same time, hopefully that gives you kind of a barometer for how I feel about this game, which is to say, as much as I might seem like I'm being fairly positive, take it with a grain of salt, as always. This is not something that, if they end up charging for it, if in like 2 months it stops being free and you have to pay for it, I would suggest that you probably don't. I really can't stress enough, pardon me, still getting over this illness here, but I really can't stress enough that this is free. Wipeout 3 was $60. Like, that cost me, I'm trying to do the math here in my head, that cost me 12 Subway footlong sandwiches, whereas this is encouraging me to go to Subway and buy footlong sandwiches so I can get some Doritos along with it. Now I feel like I'm being a total shill for both Subway and Doritos in this video. But yeah, it's more of like, shame on you. I think it was Activision with the Wipeout 3 publisher. I think it was Activision. I hope it is, otherwise I'm going to eat my words. But shame on you, Activision. Is this the same level? It is, isn't it? It started the same anyway, but shame on Activision for using like really shitty pricing on that. Oh, yeah, that's not good. It does lack a little bit of Wipeout's presentation, but the presentation in Wipeout was awful, but also one of the few selling points of that game, I feel. So let's just hang out up here, and oh, that's not what I meant to do. I really thought that was going to be much harder than it actually turned out to be. Let's jump over that. That's going to be annoying. Those are trampolines. But even level design is less repetitive than Wipeout, which is crazy because, we're just seeing the same trampolines and kind of obstacles over and over. That's what you saw in Wipeout as well, but in much more derivative sense. I don't know why this video has suddenly become like, let's compare Wipeout 3 and Doritos Crash Course, because this trounces it in basically every regard, but even if it didn't, I would never like end this video being like, so go buy Wipeout 3, that's the take-home message. Never buy Wipeout 3. Friends don't let friends buy Wipeout 3 for other friends. That's like 10 different arrangements there. I will say, there's some noticeable room for improvement in this game. I think I can definitely get this star. The most noticeable room for improvement would be to add online multiplayer. I'll just double check at the end of this video, make sure I haven't missed some kind of obvious online multiplayer section, which would make me feel very embarrassed about things. Yeah, despite that, I don't think anybody really knew this was coming except for the people making the game. So for Doritos and, the people at Behavior, who I believe are the developers, to make a second free-to-play Xbox Live Arcade game, it leaves you feeling a little bit warm and fuzzy. I'm not sure how much they're going to gain in microtransactions here. I really can't stress enough that I have never felt the need to buy those bonus coins. I guess what you would do is you'd use it to like buy your way to the end of the game if you weren't good enough to beat these levels and get enough stars to continue. But you can keep playing the levels over and over that you already know and do well on, and just keep getting those bonus stars and unlock them yourself very, very easily. So, even if this was pay to win, it's almost like who cares, but at the same time, it's not. Unless you want it to be, I guess. I kind of equate it to like in the Mega Man X like iOS version where you could like buy E-tanks and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I guess from a pure gameplay standpoint, it's really shitty, but if it opens up more people to eventually experience Mega Man X, even if it is in what I feel is kind of a bastardized form, then oh well, so be it. I came in 4th, but it doesn't really matter because there's 2 different ways to play these levels. You can play to try to win, or you can play to try to get as many stars as possible by bonus objectives or by just collecting them. And I think I did fairly well for just collecting stars anyway. Reasonably so. Looks like I got 10 or something. 14. What could I say? I was never the best counter. As you can see, we are kind of going through our vault here. I want a Doritos Crash Course 2 gamer picture in case you want everybody to know that you just got Xbox Live yesterday. And you know what? Why don't we do one more level here? Sand Shenanigans. Oh, I don't have enough. Okay, that's where the microtransactions will come in. I don't have enough coins to buy this. You know what? We're probably good to stop this. Let's look at a Doritos Crash Course 2 here. What are my opinions? Game is fun, very family friendly, the kind of thing where I could definitely, you know what, there totally is fucking online multiplayer. Let's try a quick match and see if we can get into something then, but assuming we don't, and this is what often happens for these. Oh no, we're getting into a lobby here. That's totally cool, I had no idea actually. Let's play a game then. Game will start in 22 seconds. And I will be the blue player, please, playing against somebody from Gears of War, and also a cowboy lady, and then I can't actually tell. This Xbox, like, avatar shit has gotten so out of control that I have no idea what some of these people are anymore, or what they're supposed to be from. But that's also, I guess, because I took like 4 years off from paying attention to what the 360 had going on. But yeah, my overall impressions, I'll probably go over them closer to the end of the video as well, but you know, it's fine. It's free, it's family friendly, and it's very simplistic. It's easy to pick up and play. From an achievement standpoint, it's probably really easy to max this out, and, you know, I don't really care about my gamer score at all, but I guess some people do. This might be a good opportunity to do so. Let's see how the netcode holds up. I'm really surprised that this has multiplayer, actually. It's like that hand is taunting me. Make Glover 2. Make Glover 2. Is there might actually be a Glover 2, in which case I apologize. We're gonna give this another couple seconds here, maybe 10 or 15 seconds to load in, and assuming it does, we'll continue playing. Assuming it does not, we will probably stop. If so, I take everything back. Don't waste your time. No. Still, from a local standpoint, I think this game has something to offer multiplayer. Ah, there we go, finally. So that was a little weird. Maybe we had to wait for somebody to finish the course or something first? I don't know, that doesn't seem right, does it? I wonder if we can see their ghosts in real time, or what happens at all with that. I have no idea. Anyway, I've already done this course. I think this might have been one of the ones that I did on camera. Let's see if I can manage to trounce these fools. The other reference, you know, as soon as Kate saw this game, she's like, that looks a lot like Trials Evolution. I don't know if I necessarily feel the same way. There's Trials-y elements, I suppose, but by and large, I don't feel like this is super Trials-y, because it's way more casual. Not that Trials is, ooh, that was scary. Not that Trials is incredibly hardcore, but it can be from time to time. This guy's catching up. Gears of War, man, is not letting me do any funny business here. It's okay, keep it up. He'll get struck by the hammer. Oh, he didn't. Oh, but he got the rope. He's gonna pass me here, actually. Oh, almost fell because I've been running for too long. Oh, man, he's good. I'm gonna take the lower path and see if I can't catch up that way. Guarantee I cannot. There's a reason there's a higher and lower paths, but at least, you know, second place is something. This is the weirdest obstacle that I've ever seen in, like, a Wipeout game. It's basically just a gauntlet of death, I feel. I wonder, did I pass him there? Am I about to win? No, player 3 got to the end, did he? No, I won! Okay. He must have fallen at some point. Lucky me, I suppose. Player 2 never even left the starting line. Wait, no, I didn't win. I thought he would stand on the podium. I guess I came in second. That's okay. You know what? I'm going to exit the game. You can see how the online works. You don't necessarily need to see me go head-to-head with these guys. No penalty for leaving, I guess. Again, Doritos Crash Course 2, free, maybe for a limited time only, on Xbox Live Arcade. Totally fine, decent way to spend maybe half an hour to an hour, or if you have a family, a little bit longer than that. Not gonna change the world, but, you know, a good marketing move, I feel. Everyone should leave feeling warm and fuzzy that this game exists, and hey, take-home message, it's better than Wipeout 3. In any case, as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.